A very good morning to one and all. I am Bharti, working as an assistant professor, Department of Commerce, Dr. S. Gopal Raju, Government First Aid College, Anekal. In this session, we are going to know about the treatment of certain items in case of sale of partnership firm. This is BU session 39 and BNU session 42. So in the last class also, you come to know about how to treat certain items in case of sale of partnership firm. So let's discuss about the treatment of certain items, and that first one is called as a treatment of assets which are neither taken over by the purchasing company nor sold for cash by the vendor firm nor taken over by any other partners of the vendor firm. So if such assets are worthless assets, they should be distributed among all the partners of the vendor firm in their profit sharing ratio. On the other hand, if they are realizable assets, they should be distributed among all the partners of the firm in the ratio of their final capital balances, on the assumption that those assets are worth in their book value. Okay, so here, if any assets which we considered as a worthless, means that should be shared among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. If any assets which are realizable, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹಂಚಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ತ್ ಇನ್ ದರ್ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ಅದು ವರ್ತ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Okay, treatment of formation or preliminary expenses, and next one is called as a treatment of formation or preliminary expenses. If they are met by the vendor firm, so you have to pass a journal entry realization account data to cash or bank account. If they are met by purchasing company, formation or preliminary expenses account data to cash or bank account. So illi realization expenses ವೆಂಡರ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆಟ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as a distribution of shares and debentures among the partners. Here it must be noted that the shares and debentures received from the purchasing company as purchase consideration are divided among the partners in the absence of any specific agreement among the partners in the final claim ratio or final capital balance ratio. Illi distribution of shares and debentures among the partners. So idanna PC divided among the partners in the absence of any specific ratios. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Some others are of the opinion that shares and debentures should be distributed among the partners in their profit sharing ratio, so that the partners may enjoy the benefit of appreciation or depreciation in the value of such shares or debentures, but other of the opinion that such shares and debentures should be distributed among the partners in the ratio of their final capital balance or final claim ratio, because distribution of shares and debentures among partners amounts to refund their capital, and refund of capital should be in the final claim ratio. However, in the absence of specific information in examination, you can follow any of two methods. It should be noted that shares and debentures should be distributed to the nearest whole number, because fractions of a shares or debentures cannot be issued. And next provision is treatment of liabilities which are neither taken over by the purchasing company nor paid in cash by the vendor firm nor taken over by any of the partners of the vendor firm. Here, sometimes some of the liabilities of the vendor firm may neither be taken over by the purchasing company nor paid off by the vendor firm, not taken over by any of the partners of the vendor firm. In such a case, such liabilities should be distributed among all the partners of the vendor firm in the ratio of their final capital balances by debiting the realization account or liabilities account and crediting the partner's capital account, depending upon the procedure followed for the transfer of those liabilities to realization account. And next point is treatment in the books of vendor firm of formation expenses of the purchasing company met by the vendor firm. So here in this case, occasionally the formation expenses of the purchasing company may be borne by the vendor firm as per the agreement between the vendor firm and the purchasing company. In such a case, the formation expenses of the purchasing company, which is required to be borne by the vendor firm, can be treated as realization expenses, and accordingly, an entry can be passed in the books of the vendor firm, debiting a realization account and crediting cash or bank account with the amount of such expenses. And the next treatment is called as a treatment of unrecorded assets. So here, unrecorded assets refers to assets which have not been recorded in the books of the vendor firm, but are found to exist at the time of sale of the firm to a joint stock company. These assets should be treated in the books of vendor firm on certain basis. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು unrecorded assets ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು assets ನ ವೆಂಡರ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಂಡರ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ unrecorded assets. These assets should be treated in the books of the vendor firm as follows on certain conditions or on certain basis. As these assets have not been recorded in the books of the vendor firm, as such have no book values, there is no question of transfer of these assets to realization account at their book values. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೂ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸದೇ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. If these assets are taken over by the purchasing company, they should be taken into account for the calculation of purchase consideration under net assets method. So ಕೆಲವೊಂದು purchasing company ತಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದನ್ನ PC ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. If these assets are not taken over by the purchasing company, they should be realized by the vendor company. If they are selling company, cash or bank should be debited and realization account should be credited with the realized values. In case these assets are taken over by any partner of the vendor firm, the concerned partner's capital account should be debited and realization account should be credited with their agreed or realizable value. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಟ್ ದರ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸಬಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ರಿಯಲೈಸಬಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಥವಾ ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. If these assets are neither sold for cash nor taken over by any partners, they should be transferred to capital accounts of all the partners of the vendor firm in the ratio of their final capital account balances. By always, partners will be given only debiting all the partners capital account and crediting realization account with the agreed value. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂದಾಗ agreed value ನ consider ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. In the books of purchasing company, they should be recorded only if they are taken over by the purchasing company. They should be recorded along with other assets taken over by the purchasing company by debiting the various assets taken over and crediting the firm's account. So this is regarding the treatment of unrecorded assets. And next we'll go for treatment of unrecorded liabilities. So here, treatment of unrecorded liabilities. Unrecorded liability means liabilities which have not been recorded in the books of vendor firm but are found to exist at the time of sale of partnership firm to a joint stock company. These liabilities should be treated in the books of the vendor firm as this ledger balance have not been recorded in the books of the vendor firm and as such have no book values. There is no question of transfer of these liabilities to the realization account at their book values. Next, the second one is, if these liabilities are taken over by the purchasing company, they should be taken into account for the calculation of purchase consideration under net assets method. While calculating the purchase consideration under the net assets method, their agreed value should be deducted from the total agreed values of various assets taken over. And the next point is, if the liabilities are not taken over by the purchasing company, they should be paid by the vendor company. If they are paid in case, realization account should be debited and cash or bank account should be credited with the amount paid to those liabilities. And next one is, in case the liabilities are taken over by any partners of the vendor firm, realization account should be debited and concerned partners capital account should be credited with the agreed value. And next one is, the books of purchasing company, they should be recorded only if they are taken over by the purchasing company. They would be recorded along with the other liabilities taken over by the purchasing company by debiting the vendor firm account and crediting the various ledger balance accounts. So this is regarding treatment of unrecorded liabilities. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು unrecorded assets ಅಥವಾ unrecorded liabilities ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this is regarding the treatment of certain items in case of sale of partnership firm, and you can refer these books for your further references. Thank you all.